Hello, Teaquilters. I'm T of Teaquilts, and today is Wednesday, March 5th, 2025, and we're here for live chat today. We are going to do birthday shout outs, and I had a few packages in the mail, a couple, well, three, but I'm thinking at least one of them probably won't get open on camera because it might be part of round robin. So I'll have to open it and see to make sure. But yeah, welcome to the chat. I hope everybody is having a great Wednesday. Seems like this computer must not have any, this phone, I'm saying computer, because that's what I use it as. It's just for reading chats. See if it'll work. It ran out of power. It's only at 1%. I don't need it to play the video. I just need to read the chat. So let's see if we can get it to work without it shutting off. It's already saying, girl, you want too much. Let's see. Okay. Okay. We just had to get it started. So let's see. We have Sue GSD here. Good evening, T and fellow quilters, on this cold, blustery day. 112 days until retreat 2025, and hopefully a little warmer weather. Ha ha ha. Girl, and this is not Chicago. In June in St. Louis, we should have some good weather. She need to quit. Melody Kiefer is here. I can hear the wind blowing behind me. Dee Brennan, Deborah Quilts, Maddie is here. Deborah Quilts, I keep forgetting to call you and ask you a question too. I need to do that. Hopefully I'll remember after chat. Darcy Savelli says, hi T and Quilters, happy Wednesday. Give T a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. And hit the bell for notifications. Also check out her Facebook page, Teaquilts LLC. Make sure that you not hit anything on Facebook, but that you answer the 4 questions so that you can gain admissions over there. T. Roberts is here, Don Cunningham, Delia Castro Short, Benita Nance, Betsy Layton. My phone is a little bit slow because, it's only got 2%. All right. Anita Scott's here, Ray Mahone, Judy Smith, Ingrid sews it all. I like that. Kevin the Quilter is here. I need to talk to you too, Kevin. Carissa Reninger is here. Lana Dean, Eugenia Little, Iris Cell Lady, Sharon Lewis, Holly Duvall. Kevin says, my mama is at my house with my cousin Marcia. Oh, that's cute. That they came to your house now from Kentucky, and I have been teaching my cousin how to piece 4 patches. So that's awesome, awesome. Teresa Forster's here, Vivian Calvey, Frances Jackson. She said, I paid my rent at the door, so thank you. That means she's hit the thumbs up button, and if you haven't, go hit the thumbs up button and come back. We'll be right here waiting for you. See Joy Creations, reminding you to hit the thumbs up as well. Let's see. Remo JS is here. Zandra Oldham. Claudette Hall. Lane Doucette. Sheila Willis. And Paula S. Michelle the Quilter. Renee Tanner. And I think we're done for right now. So, we got birthdays for the month of March. I'll wait until a few more people come into the chat just so that they don't miss it. But I'll make sure I pull it up on my phone so it'll be ready. And hi, Melinda C. Welcome. And then I'll just close that, but it's on the page. So let's open up what's in these boxes. I forgot to bring the box cutter in here. So we'll just use these little cheap scissors. Oh, I forgot. I ordered, because I'm always like sewing half square triangles that are left over, and then I square them up flat, and I normally use Quilting a Day ruler, and I thought that I would go ahead and try the slotted trimmer ruler for squaring up flat half square triangles. You actually get 2, because I think one has your even, like your whole inch, and then the other one has ½ inch is what I think. Let me make sure. Yeah, ½ and full inch. Okay, so if you want to square up to 2 inches instead of squaring up to 1½ you can do that. So you just got 2 rulers for that. So I actually ordered that off of Amazon because for some reason Checkers didn't have it, so I ended up ordering that. And they're not cheap either. I am going to see if I like it. But they're not cheap. I feel like that was a high price point. I want to say it was like $35, something like that. So, yeah. This next box here came from Darcy. I think it's Darcy. Yeah, it's Darcy. My husband went to the post office today. Hi, Shelly. Welcome to the chat. Let's see. I think Darcy mentioned something about more pillowcases. I know she sent pillowcases before. I thought. If I'm remembering. Oh, this is, well, it's a combination. Okay. Here we go. Note inside. Uh-oh. It just kicked my chat out of YouTube. Okay. She said, I made pillowcases because I was having fun doing it. I seen some cute dinosaur fabric online, and I thought a little kid would like that. The dino fabric glows in the dark. And then she says, I have a few more fat quarters in here because when we are done with Fabulous, I am going to have a lot of leftovers. And then she says, love, Darcy. So let's see if I can get this YouTube chat up. It's at 4% now. Don't know why it, don't know why it crashed, I had the video on pause, so it shouldn't have been too much to just read chat, you would think. And I had paused it, so I'm pausing it again. Now I gotta get to the point where I can read the chat. Read all the chat, because it comes on with a default. Okay. Sue says she loves the slotted square up ruler. And Frances says she loves hers too. Claudette says, I was thinking about getting the slotted ruler, but was on the fence because of the price. Yes, to me, it's very pricey. So I will test it out and let you all know. When I'm cutting for a project, I tend to die cut with my AccuQuilt system, but there are times where I have to do like a snowball on one corner or 3 corners, and there is no die for that. There's a die for like 2 corners, either 2 of them together or 1 on each side, but I don't recall a die where it's only a snowball on one corner or a snowball on opposite corners. I'm not sure. So especially in particular size, when you need it in a particular size. So this is from Darcy. I'm assuming that this is Retreat donation. So she's got a rotary cutter here by Fiskars, 45 millimeter. And then also some blades. This is some of the things that I also sometimes will keep. I'll see how many I got, because if somebody forget the rotary cutter, then we've got things for them that they can use. And I think Sheila had sent some, so I should have some. So it probably will be a gift at the retreat. Let's just get the extra stuff out of here, and then we'll do the pillowcases. These are, I gotta read, 5-piece fat quarter bundles. Right there. It's got Singer on here. Blue Deer and Snowflake. And then this one has Singer on it, and it's called Ditzy Floral Pink. So that's the fabrics there. So that will be into the retreat giveaway. And we'll come back and talk about retreat. Sue won't let me forget. Right after we get through with these pillowcases, we'll talk a little bit about retreat. So let's do this. I'm assuming this is the Dino fabric that glows in the dark. I'm not gonna cut the light off. Sometimes I do. This is a diner on the bottom, and if it's glowing, that's a lot of glowing. So that's cute. That's 2. Here is number 3. Very pretty. I'm wondering if all of these fabrics glow in the dark. Like, it's got dinosaur paws that are in white. I bet you they all glow. Yes. Gorgeous, gorgeous. I'm putting these on here backwards. So that's 1, 2, 3. Here's 4. And then 5, 6, 7. So she sent 8 more. So this is some bees. There's some sunflowers, very pretty. And then the reverse. And patriotic with the reverse. So that's one. These are all very pretty. All the pretty fabrics. All right, so that's 8. Let me get my book so we can get a count. I don't even see my pen. I must have walked out of here with it because I had been leaving one laying there, but okay. That's one page. Let's see. Darcy had sent in 12 pillowcases before, and now she sent in 8 more. So with that, makes it have 151 pillowcases. So we're more than 75% done. 151. I'm gonna put these back in a box. And just sit it right there for now. I have a feeling one of Miss Vivian boxes is for retreat, but I got to figure out which one. So I'm gonna open this over here on this side. Okay. Yep. That's what I knew. This is a round robin. So that's that one. And you all can't see this because nobody in the round robin wants theirs to be shown. They want to be surprised. But I didn't know what it was because she didn't mark the box. So Miss Vivian's other box. Right here. I got to figure out how to get in it. I think it's on the top. I don't think I should have 2 round robins from her. So we're going to check it out. People saying beautiful pillowcases. Darcy, great fabric. Love the glow in the dark fabric. Yes. For those that don't know why we're getting pillowcases, we're doing a 200 pillowcase drive. Pillowcases need to be in by the end of May. You can send just 1 pillowcase. That would be perfectly acceptable. Or you can send as many as you like to make. Trying to get this off. My mailing address is listed in the description box of my video. So all you got to do is just click on any video and it'll give you my P.O. box, which is 38205 in St. Louis, Missouri, 63138. Goodness gracious. I don't know what this is. I'm so confused. Miss Vivian, what have you sent me? I'm confused. Okay. I don't know why. Miss Vivian, you in the chat. What are you sending me in these boxes? Because it looks like 2 round robins, or what's going on with this? Let me pull this box back. I got Carissa's box. And she's got everything with her name on it, so that's great. But this came from Miss Vivian, right? Yeah, this is Vivian. And this is somebody else's round robin. So they're both round robin, so I can't show you any of this. I just don't understand. It's like, you sent me 2 round robins at one time. Okay. And I don't know. I'm going to have to go look and see who is supposed to be sent to me first, because I don't know. Because it seems like I've already sent one out for this month. So I should receive one. So it looks like I've got April. So Miss Vivian, you need to send me a note telling me whose round robin is due that I'm supposed to work on this month. So let me know am I supposed to work on Carissa's or Jason's? Because I'm not working on both. Helena Carter is here. Hey, Jester Creative Space, welcome. Who else did I miss? So I can't show you any of that. I thought I had stuff to show. Okay. I thought I was going to be putting this in there. But for right now, I don't know where to put it. I need to take this out, this box. Is it just... That's a thick piece of foam. I'll just put it right there for a minute. Thank you, Clarissa, for clarifying that I'm to work on yours for the month of March. And I have Jason's for next month. Okay, thank you. That's what I was asking, because I'm not working on 2 of them this month. And then I'll make sure it gets slowed down so the next person ahead of me isn't receiving 2 round robins at a time. Because if I sent her 2 and I've already sent her the 2 she got, she'd have 3 round robins if I did it in a week. So yeah, I'll just make sure that I hold on to them so that they're mailed on time and not early to stress somebody out like that. We have, what have I been doing? I didn't talk about that today. We'll talk about that. I'm trying to figure out what have I been doing. I've been doing a lot of still working. You know, I got the new computer up, so I'm trying to still transfer data. I haven't done all of that because it just takes time, and I got so many things that I'm doing. I have my data. Some of my data is on external hard drives, but some of my working files I like to have on my computer so I don't have to be worrying about which external hard drive. And those files are things that I like: Excel, my Word documents. I'm trying to set up Outlook as my mail source. So I'm looking into that too, since I'm having issues with some of my Yahoo stuff going. It seems like Yahoo is working a little better for me on the new computer, but then I still have my phone and I still have my old computer because I still have certain programs that are on my old system that I need to either repurchase or re-upload to my others, and those are apps, it's not just files. And so it just takes time to do all of that. That was one of the reasons why I put off doing this for so long. It's because I didn't want to be bothered. So I'm about to set up my old laptop because I'm quilting, long arm quilting now, and my program to run that software is already installed on my machine, and the company has been sold, and I don't know if they sold our records, our history, so that if I needed an update that they would give it to me for free, or if I'd have to purchase it outright. So right now I don't feel like dealing with that. So I'm gonna have to boot up my old system so that there are certain files that I do need, I can get a hold of them when I need to. So that's what I am working on. I'm actually long arming computer and trying to reorganize some stuff. One thing that I did do was I wanted to see if batting was cheaper by purchasing from Warman, the Warm Company. I use a lot of Warman natural batting. They're 90-inch as well as the 124. And I'm also getting into using the Warman Plush, which does not have a scrim on it. So I got one quilt quilted. I need to get the binding on it so that I can wash it. But I actually like binding without a scrim because it reminds me of the old cotton batting that when you wash it, you'll get a little detail in it. But the ironic thing with this is that it's like regular warm and natural. You can quilt up to 8 inches apart. And with the warm and plush, you have to quilt up to 6 inches apart, which I always do on my quilts anyway. So yeah, I'm interested in seeing how warm and plush works. So I have a boat of warm and plush, but I went back and I put an order in with the Warm Company to see if by the time I pay for shipping and the wholesale price, I want to see if it's reasonable for me to order. So I've ordered 2 rolls of Warm and Natural 90 because I think I have 124 in my garage. I haven't been out there in a minute. I ordered in December and I don't remember quilting that many large quilts, so it should be there. And then I ordered another roll of Warm and Plush, and I ordered 2 rolls of Insulbright. So one of our retreat projects is going to be using Insulbright, so I just went ahead and ordered some of that as well. Joyce Jordan is here. Hey, I want to know I did not get the book because my funds came in a little late. Okay. I think all the books that I did order, I thought I sent out. I think we're talking about the border bindings, and then it had like 100 different border designs you could put on the quilt. I think that's the book she's referring to. If I would have placed another order with Checkers, it would have been here in 2 days, and I know I did not place an order this week. So let me just make sure we're all on the same page. I've been looking online, looking for me another vacation trip, thinking about taking another cruise. Let's see. I don't know why it's not here. As much as I go in Checkers, it's not in my it's not in my recent search history, which is so crazy. As much as I'm in there. And then the text is so little, I have to take off my glasses. Yeah, I don't have anything in my cart. Let me see. is so weird. Oh, I do have people that need the book. They were supposed to be getting in on the 7th, and now they've changed the date to the 25th. So I do have people, but that's at my computer. That's why I don't remember, because I've been just transferring data. I haven't looked at notes hanging all around. So yeah, I do have books that need to go out, and I don't know if I ordered or not. It's at my computer. Linda Williams is here. She says, hoping all are well and productive. Linda, I'm still in the process of collecting funds. I think I sold your spot, but I've only gotten one payment so far. So I'm in the process of trying to make sure that I receive all the payments. Because I've already sent the majority of it to the place. They're just going to give me a final bill at the... Well, I can't remember if they said a month before they was going to send me a bill, and then I was going to have another final bill. I can't remember. But yeah, but I'm still waiting for that. Darcy says she's got her Purry Star table runner done. I have to do the binding. When I get done, I will show you. So she'll be posting that in our Facebook group. So go over there. What else? It seemed like it was something else about retreat I wanted to say. Oh, I know. I look back over here and see this. If you're donating anything as door prizes to retreat, I'm trying to do a count so that I know if I have to buy anything and what I need to buy, or if I need to like go through my own stash and start adding more stuff, because I've already added some stuff. But I just want to make sure that I have at least 50 notions and 50 fabric pieces, and I'm going to be trying to do that next weekend. So that's the deadline. I think I put in the Facebook group, just said the 15th of March would be the deadline. But I'm actually going to be checking that not this weekend, but the next weekend. So, so if you're donating to retreat, or if I get it late and I've already bought some things, then I'll just put it for next year. I'm trying to make sure that you know, I'm one of those people, my name get pulled out of the drawings last, and so I'm always trying to make sure that you know, people at the last person pull, whose name is pulled, has a choice of what they want. May not be exactly the one item you wanted, but at least it's something for you to choose from. So I'm working on that, and that deadline is March 15th. We have 151 pillowcases for those that have come in late. What else? It was something else I meant to tell you guys. I forgot. This came out of Jason's box. This is fabric. This is fabric he put in here. Okay. Let's see. Let's do birthday shout outs, because I can't remember what the other thing was I needed to share with you. Okay. Let me close that. I had birthdays open. It disappeared on me. So let's find it again. Let's see. Uh-oh, too far. We've already had a birthday past. A couple, a few. And somebody's birthday is today. They're not in here. I've been waiting on them to come, and I didn't look at the dates. It's today. Hopefully somebody has taken them out to lunch. I mean, to dinner. Kim Burris' birthday was March 1st. Melissa Makes Quilts' birthday was March 2nd. And Deborah Richards' birthday was March 4th. So happy belated birthday to you three quilters. Today is Deborah Sims Brown's birthday, so happy birthday to you. The 5th of March And then we also have my mom's birthday, which is March 9th. And we have Michael Piccirilli's birthday is March 13th. We have Earlene Butler's birthday, along with Leela Digger. Both of their birthdays are on March 20th. Goodness gracious. And Olga Chicheri, her birthday is March 26th. So I haven't seen her in the chats in a while, so I don't know if she's still hanging around here, but thought I'd give her a shout out too. So happy birthday to the March babies. I hope you enjoy your birthday month. I do know Jason's birthday is this month, but I don't know the date. He never sent it to me officially, but I do know Jason's birthday is in March too, so that's pretty cool too. So happy birthday, everyone. Hope you enjoy your birthday month. Have fun all month. Celebrate all month. So that's pretty cool. Ugh. I can't remember. I hate when I can't remember something. And then as soon as I get off of here, I'll be going, I remember. So, in the chat, tell me right now what you're working on if you haven't shared it already. I think I only know what Darcy is doing. So let me know what your quilting projects are. I have 2 round robins I need to do. I am in the process of machine quilting a quilt. I did on the My Happy Place that I'm doing with my quilt guild. I am not going to be doing all of the hand applique type blocks. I am going to do all of the piece blocks. So I'm in the process of like cutting out pieces and putting them into bags so that I can just when I get a chance to sew, then I can just sew. So I have been working on that. It took me like a whole day to like select fabrics and cut for 10 blocks. So I've done that. I think I'm gonna just do 10 at a time, and then so I can recycle the bags. I think that's what I'm gonna do. So I've been working on that. It seems like I've been doing still a lot of like, you know, contacting other people and hurry up and wait type stuff. So I'm doing that too. So that's part of it. On Sunday, we do have our online scrap quilting club from 3 to 5 p.m. That's also my mother's birthday. My sister has decided to have a birthday dinner for my mom. So we're going to get on there. We're going to do show and tell. I'm just going to show up late. They're starting at 3, but I'm not going to reschedule it. I'm just going to go a little late. And then I also, on Sunday, I want to demo how you're to upload photos into an album, because either people don't read or they don't understand and they don't know they need to ask a question that they don't understand. Because if I'm putting a post in here that to add it into a particular album, that means it's not in the right place. So I am going to share my screen and demo how to upload a photo into an album on Facebook. That's going to be one of our things, because I don't want to be searching every message trying to look for your show and tell. That's just too much of my time wasted. So we're going to talk about that and demo that. What else? This week. Oh, I got so much this weekend. It's ridiculous. I'm hosting So Busy group, and then have a friend who's having a birthday party, of course, all the way across town. And then I have live. So I may be a little bit late for live on Saturday. I'm going to try to get here on time. But if I'm not here, you all know where I'm at. I'm driving from back on the south side of St. Louis. I live in North County, and this is in South County. So I got to take the whole 270 trip to the other side. So that takes a while. So let's see what people are working on. Benita is working on nothing. She's tired. Judy S is working on machine quilting, so that's cool. Francis is working on Dresden Village. Girl. Welcome to the club. Well, I have to give you props though, because you just got your stuff and you're already working on it and showing stuff. And I think Miss Vivian has showed a picture of hers as well. So happy you girls are getting stuff done. Me, I haven't sold anything since I sold this one on Saturday, okay? But I've been, like I said, I've got so many works in progress and things on my to-do list that it's just kind of ridiculous right now with how many things I got to do. Let's see. Sue is working on the signature blocks for retreat. I sent that information out to you. If you are attending retreat, you should be making 4-inch finished, 4 1/2-inch unfinished square in the square block. That's a lot of squares, isn't it? 4-inch finished square or 4 1/2-inch unfinished square. And the block is called square in a square. Now, you can use your AccuQuilt 8-inch cube to cut that. You have a square that's on point. You can use that. And then you can also use your 2-inch finished half square triangle die. We'll work with that. If not, I've given you the cut instructions in the retreat email. So make sure you go back. I can't remember when. Maybe November, maybe December. I don't know. Teaquilts sent you the information you need to know about retreat, and then I sent another one out in February with some other details, and I put everybody into the Teaquilts news group, so in the future that's where the emails will be coming from. Carissa says, I'm doing more red and white and blue stars. I've got 231 now. Ooh wee, child, how many do you need? Ooh wee. Delia says, I just finished making a sewing machine cover using my embroidery machine and now ironing fabric to put onto comic boards. Girl, you better than me because I just rolled that stuff up. That's too much organization, girl. But they look pretty when they're all done. I do like having my fabric on comic boards. Deborah Quilt says she's working on my garden gate cross stitch project. Girl, she about 13 years in or so. I can't do it. I cannot. Dawn is adding a small border to the charm quilt, ironing the fabric right now, so that's cool. Carissa says, oh, she says she saw it. It was very cute. To Delia. And Jester says, I'm working on a bag from a simplicity pattern. I was in Joann's when I went because I had the Joann's gift card. And I wasn't sure what I wanted. When the fabric was done, the next thing I did, because I was, of course, the cutting table is right by the pattern. So I went and looked in the simplicity book. And I was trying to find something in there. And then when I found the number, went to the drawer, it wasn't the same number. The number was on that pattern was not the same number as was in the book. So I said, I can't do this. Because the cutting line was 3 hours long and people were sitting in the chairs, not even looking at the book, but wouldn't even offer the chairs for the people that were looking in the books. Okay, so I said, let me leave because I'm trying to exhibit love and patience. Okay, and that wouldn't have been patient. So I was like, okay, we're gonna move from this section. So yeah, but the number on that pattern was the same as the number in the book, but it wasn't the pattern. So I just got a little frustrated and said, okay, I'm done. But yeah, good luck with getting our patterns in the future too, isn't it? Because it's going to be more expensive than waiting for them to go on sale at Joann's. Holly says, finished piecing the New York Beauty quilt from a retreat last year. Now picking out borders. So that's cool. I wish my New York Beauty was done. Lana says, I'm working on the backing for my Road to Africa for my pastor's 30th anniversary. Now, that's going to be cool. Cool, cool, cool. Paula is working on binding grandson's quilt quilted by Teaquilts. He'll be here Friday from the Navy. Oh, that's cool. That's cool. That's going to be a great visit. Miss T, how many will be in attendance for a So Busy Quilt Guild retreat? I don't know if it's 16 or 18, maybe 16. I know it's an even number. It's either 16 or 18, so I can't remember. I put the names. I think, look for Jennifer's email. She should have sent you an email, Benita, from Jennifer. And she kind of updated that information and sent it out because I was too busy to do it. Damali J says, congratulations and happy birthday to the March baby. So hi, Damali. Welcome to the chat. We can talk amongst ourselves on Saturday. You talking about in the live chat? Renee says she's working on Rose and Bloom. Sharon says she's working on the Sunday Zoom project, so that's cool. She's working on trying to get what she can get done to update her photos. Benita is telling Francis, you go, girl, dressed in life. We're going to be doing dressed in for life. Claudette says, I'm working on cutting for a quilt call, a quilt for Charlie, and a quilt for my husband, co-worker, who is a Dallas Cowboy fan. So that's cool. Sounds like interesting projects. I like some theme quilts. Like, you know, with the t-shirts or team, or I like that stuff anyway, because I feel like when we make those type of quilts and for a person that you know is a fan of something, 99% of the time they're gonna love the quilt. Holly says it's in a November newsletter. Phyllis G is here. Hey Phyllis, welcome. Diane McCoy is here. Says she received her book. Thank you very much. I only mailed out the first 4 books, so don't panic if you haven't gotten your book. They were supposed to be coming into Checkers on March 7th. I'm glad I went in there to look, because now they've got a date of March 25th. That's the only problem I have with Checkers, is that, and I know sometimes it's probably out of their control too, but we get a date and it's never really the back order date. It always, in my experience, gets moved. I remember doing that with the Tula pink Oliso iron, and it was like 3 or 4 months later that I got the actual irons. I don't think this is going to be that extreme, but yeah. So they've already moved the date. Carissa says she needs over 400 of them stars. They're only 6-inch, running low on some fabrics, laughing out loud. I guess I'll make them till I'm completely out though. So that's cool. She needs 400 6-inch stars. So that's a lot of stars, girl. Joe Carmel is here saying, hey, Miss T and T Quilters, happy birthday, March babies. I'm actually quilting Joe's quilt. That's what I'm working on. When I said Deborah been working on that cross stitch for 15 years or 14, I think I gave her some odd year. And she says she started in 2001. So yeah. So that's 24 years. I remember when we were at work and she would pull that out. And she didn't work on it for years, but I remember when she started it. And I remember her pulling it back out to continue working on it too. She done that a couple years ago where she pulled it back out. But it's huge. And it is counted cross stitch. It is not my favorite thing to do. Sue said that she stopped at Joann's after PT. It looked like a pack of wild dogs went through it. I think people are just panicking because there will not be a Joann's, not because it's the best price ever. So I don't really get why people would wait 3 hours or more to get cut for some fabric that's only 20% off a regular price, when we are used to buying fabric from Joann's at 40 to 50% off the price. So it doesn't make sense to me. But to each their own. I think people are just panicking. I think I have enough fabric in my house that I don't have to ever worry about buying another piece of fabric. For real, for real. Yeah. So I won't be in Joann's line for no amount of hours to get cut. Okay? Not even one. I don't care what the price is. Francis said, I started making the 98 tiny dress, and she said they are really cute. Did you do them scrappy then? I think they'll look cuter scrappy than one solid. Like they in the pattern. I've seen the quilts, and they're beautiful. But if I'm piecing it, I'm one of those people that I get bored with the same fabric. And I keep thinking maybe they need to be scrappy. I'll probably make a few solids just to see. But I get bored with the same thing over and over again. So Francis done moved on to part number 2. Girl, gone. Have you made the circles for your big ones yet? For the center circle? Have you done that, Francis? Keep talking to me. Yes, Checkers is just Checker. It's actually Checker Distributors. And I just shortcut it for Checkers. But it is wholesale only. You have to have a resales license. I'm working on a Shamrock table runner. That is Betsy. She's just about done all of the Scrap Club projects. I guess so. She can do some extra stuff. Did your Betsy, did your mystery start yet? I know you said it starts in March. I'm not sure what day. Deborah Holloway is here. Welcome, welcome. Sue says the prices were ridiculously high. Yep. So she hasn't made the centers yet. Okay. And or your Francis, I'm still talking to you. Or you're dressed in scrappy, your small ones, or did you do one fabric? I think it looks cute either way because it's so tiny. But I'm just a creature of boredom. And Dorothy says that she likes scrappy things too. It's so creative. Betsy says that her mystery starts on March 15th. So yeah, I knew it started this month. I know she can't wait. So I do know that too. I got something I'm trying to put ×2, and I didn't do a good job with the X, or my pen did not write, but we got it now. Let's see. Deborah says, I'm still recovering from my accident, so I haven't been able to do any sewing or cutting. I am so behind. Oh, that's terrible. I hope you heal fast, girl, so you can get back to work. Francis, they are mixed. Some are some are scrappy. Okay, then that's good. I feel better about that. Maybe I'll make a few of them with the plain, and then I'll make some scrappy. And I think I'm gonna make them because they're so tiny. I think I'm gonna make them with plain-ish fabric. But I think making them scrappy with the plainish fabric will still make them stand out. So I think I like that. So thank you, thank you. Lana says, I heard that another company is going to buy the Joanne stores and the name Joanne's. I can't see what's under the heart. Will or will not to stay on the store. So if a name stays on the store, that means they're buying the rights to that name. So if you that's like an additional cost that's added on. So it'll be interesting to see if whoever buys Joann's, if it's bought, if it will have will still be called Joanne. It'll be interesting. That's that forget what you call it. It's like it's that intrinsic value. So that's pretty cool. So we don't have many more minutes. We only got like 4. So if you got a question or comment, now is your time because we're gonna be getting off of here. I gotta go back and finish quilting. Maddie says she's working on our first scrappy quilt, adding to it. So that's cool. You know, I made some blocks and I still haven't gotten those blocks put together yet. They just hanging out in limbo on the wall. And I told you all that mine was going to end up being a forever project anyway. But yeah. It's kind of rough being me right now. I have no time for extra sewing because all of my sewing is now allocated to something. Diane is trying to complete birthday gifts for my 3 grandchildren, so that's cool. I'm sure they're gonna love them. Carissa says, I'm not sure yet. Oh, she's talking to Delia. She's saying good night, everyone. Delia is. Darcy says, it would be great if I went back to Joe and Fabrics. They had better fabric to choose. And Francis says, talk with you on Saturday. Yay. Maddie says, T, I think I figured out the album. Yeah, you're not the only one. It's a lot of people that haven't done it correct. And you know, especially when you're on your phone, you don't see that you need to swipe over to get to albums. So yeah, we're gonna do that so we don't have the issue in the future. Jaqual says Joann's was purchased by a liquidator. None of the stores will stay open. That's what I thought. That is everything's being liquidated. I don't know if somebody still originally they were supposed to have to the end of March to figure out if somebody was going to buy it. I don't know if once something is being liquidated if you can buy it or if they're just buying the Joann's name and going to start a whole nother store. So all of the Viking galleries will be gone in March. All the Joann's should be liquidated by May. Now, you do know that the Husqvarna Viking galleries that were in Joann's were not part of Joann's. They were like renting space because here in the St. Louis metropolitan area, the person who owns that store owns a actual storefront in Edwardsville, Illinois. And he has the Joanne spaces that are in the St. Louis metropolitan area. So they were never owned by Joann's. Those people were renting space. And then it also brought people to them, and it also brought to their company, and it also brought people to the other, to Joanne. So they both kind of benefit from that. But they paid a fee for rental space. Here in St. Louis metropolitan area, it's owned by Abby's Sewing Vac. I actually know the owner. I don't know if the ones in other states who they're owned by, but I'm sure they probably had some kind of similar contract with other people. But the Viking part was never owned by Joann's. And Maddie says, I have a gift coming for retreat. So thank you. Thank you. I look forward to it. All the Joann's should be liquidated by May. So yeah, I don't ever, well, I'm saying this, but I don't plan on going to Joann's. I I'm one of those people. It's kind of like we had a dealer. It's like dealers would always have like very good clearance or sales racks, and then they created made one of our dealers just a clearance store. I mean, and the aisles were so narrow that you couldn't even get a stroller down. So if you had two people trying to go down this aisle, it was so tight. I went there once and I never went back again. And it was because I'm not that type of shopper. I'm not the hunter. I'm not the bumping into everybody. I'm not with 200 people trying to get down, 7 aisles. It's just not something that I look forward to. So I never did go back again. It's just um the hunt for secondhand stuff. If I'm thinking about it and I'm kind of relaxed, I'll go into some of the resale stores. But there are days when new stuff come in. I accidentally found that out by mistake because it was not my intent. And I'm telling you, them people were lining that aisle waiting for them barrels to come out, and they were pushing and shoving. And I'm like, I just don't have time for this. So my time, my peace of mind is what's more important to me than a bargain. So I have a suspicion that I will not be going back to Joann's. I don't care if it's like $1 a yard of fabric. I'm not going back to Joann's at all. So I did my trip. I wasn't planning on going then, but like I said, I found a gift card like a week ago that I had stuff stacked up here, hadn't taken it out the envelopes all the way, and found one of the gift cards. And I'm thinking, oh, this is going to be just a souvenir. And even when they tried to take the gift card, I said, no, I'll just keep it as a souvenir. So I used the gift card, but then I kept it too, because I'm like, I wish I had one from Cloth World, and I don't. So, which used to be Joann's, if you all didn't know. So yeah, so that's what I did there. Um, I see messages coming up on the screen, but they're not coming up on my phone for some strange reason. So that means my chat's acting up again. Soon as people start saying goodnight. Hi, Cynthia Richardson. Welcome to the chat. My brother is saying goodnight to everyone. Stay safe still. And warm tonight. Yeah, it's cold. Once you buy the good fabric, it's hard to take Joann fabric seriously. And that's, like I said, I can go in and feel some things, and if it's a good deal, I'll purchase it. If I'm looking for novelty prints, they had the largest selection of novelty prints over anybody else. Sometimes you got to buy what they have because of your subject area. Like when I was doing t-shirt quilts, I would go there for that type of stuff because I knew they would have it. So it just depends. And I haven't had any problem with Joann fabrics, Walmart fabric, quilt shop fabric. I mean, I've mixed them all into quilts. I mostly buy quilt shop quality fabrics, but I do have some Joann pieces, and I probably still to this day might have some old Walmart pieces in there. I don't know. But when I quilt stuff up, wash and use, I haven't had any issues with any of it. So she said this is her first live. So welcome to the chat. Appreciate you commenting. We'll be back Saturday. We're about to leave now. We'll be back Saturday, 8 to 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And just a reminder, I may be a little late because I got two things to do. I'm hosting Scrap Quilting Club. Not Scrap Quilting Club. I'm hosting So Busy Quilt Guild. That goes from 11 to 4. And then I have a party supposed all the way across town from 4 to whenever it ends. And so I got to go. I'm trying to come back home, change really quick. So I'm going to be late to that. And then I'm going to probably be leaving early so I can get back here as fast as I can. So I may be a little late on Saturday. But I plan to be here. I need to find a good place for rolls. The woman I bought my long arm from has turned me on to 80/20. Now, I heard some people say that they purchased from Linda's Electric Quilters. They buy their bolts from her. I went looking over there and she didn't have warm and natural there, so I didn't purchase anything. I have never had them shipped yet. I usually will wait till Joann's had some really great coupon with free shipping, and that's how I would normally order my batting by the roll. And then there are sometimes I have to order, if I'm out, I have to order off of Amazon, and then Amazon, because of being a Prime, they kind of kept the cost down, but it still came from the Warm Company. So this time I decided to go directly to the Warm Company. I feel like I paid more for shipping, but I probably got a cheaper price being wholesale. But I said I was going to wait until it comes, and then I was going to go and put in a cart everything that I ordered from them and see if it was cheaper, how much percent was it cheaper or more to order from the Warm Company, or if I should have just ordered from Amazon. So that's what I'm going to do. And I just ordered today, so that's why I haven't done that, and I haven't been on the computers today yet. So that's why I don't know yet. But I will let you know which way is cheaper to order, from the Warm Company or Amazon, because Joann's isn't going to be an option anymore. Diane says, yes, I remember Cloth World. I tried to work part-time for 2 days, girl. She was like, that is too funny. Oh my goodness. Carissa says, I shopped at Joann's for beads and seasonal decor usually. And she's saying good night. And then Jaquel says, wow, Cloth World, that takes me back. Yes. Yes. I'll be going to Marshall's. Yeah, and that's the other thing too, is that that's my third option, is that I can go to Marshall's. Marshall's might be about a 5 to 6 hour drive away from my house. But what I do when I go to Marshall's is that I'm talking about I cram batting into my car. Kevin looked at me like I was nuts, and because I'm buying all this batting, and then I'm trying to. They asking me how many do I want. I'm looking at Kevin like, Kevin, are you planning on buying any batting? Well, I would like a roll, but I don't know if it's gonna fit. I'm like, it will make it fit. So I was trying to figure out if he wanted any, because I knew how many I was gonna get to fit in that car some kind of way, and we ended up getting that stuff to fit with no problem. But yeah, I tend to go down there and I just cram my car with batting. So that's what I normally do. So I'm trying to see if this Warm Company thing will work out. And if it doesn't, I'm gonna, like I said, I got 3 options: Warm Company direct, Marshall's dry goods, and Amazon. Now, I did not know that the Warm Company had an 80/20. I have never seen it or used it, and I was not about to be the experiment and buy one. I might go on Amazon and buy an 80/20 bag or something and see what it feels like, because I do like the current 80/20 that I'm using. I don't have any issues with it. So and Sue says it's like 2 hours from the cabin. Yeah. The only thing with going to Marshall's is that you've got to go on the inner highways, and they are so freaking narrow. It just, on the way down, it don't seem like it's as bad, but then coming back, it's like it seems horrible because you're tired on top of it. At that point, you done this massive shopping spree. You don't listen to this woman at the clerk tell you that Jesus loves you and I'm trying. And a spiel of other little jokes. So, yeah. So, yeah. The jokes are so corny that you start laughing just because you exhausted. So, but yeah. Um, Boyfriend got me 120 by 40 or 60-yard roll of batting from Marshalls, I believe is where. And then Patricia Priest is coming in as we're leaving. So hello, Patricia, welcome. And then what's the best way to make, I don't know what that says. What's the best way? This big old heart. I don't know why the heart has to be so big. How come they couldn't put the heart up at the top where you got the live chat with the settings, the X, number of people in here? Why can't the heart be up there, YouTube? Why is it in our text box? Oh my God. Down here in the chat covering stuff up. Like, why? What is the best way to make your quilt weighty? If you want a heavy quilt, you're going to need some form of 2 different battings. And don't use polyester. You can use 2 layers of cotton. You can use a warm and plush, but it doesn't have a scrim, which means it doesn't have that polyester coating on it to keep the batting from, like, the fibers from, like, migrating to your quilt top. But if it's a light colored quilt, it's not going to be bad. It just be more linty as you're quilting. But then I think when you wash it, it's going to grab all of those fibers, kind of like our old-fashioned cotton that I have in this quilt back here. Even though I have dark fabrics that has a white cotton. And back then, you had to quilt a 1/4 inch apart. And that's why I asked them how far apart do you have to quilt it, and it's 6 inches, which I felt like that was pretty cool. 6 inches. I quilt that. I don't even have to worry about that because there is nothing in my house that's quilted less than 6 inches. I mean, that's quilted more than 6 inches apart. I just don't quilt that big. I'm one of those people that I like the quilting texture, so I like quilting. So if I was wanting a quilt to be heavy and warm, I probably would do 2 layers of some kind of cotton batting. And you can even use 1 layer of cotton, 1 layer of wool. Wool's gonna cost you a little bit more, especially when you're putting 2 bats into a quilt. So if you normally are spending $60 for batting, just know you're going to be doubling your batting cost if it's a bed size quilt. So you're looking at $120 in batting. So you can do 2 layers of cotton, a layer of wool and cotton. I would put if I was doing wool and cotton, I would put the cotton on top and put the wool on the bottom. Well, you can do it the other way. Let me tell you why. I like a flat quilt. A lot of people don't like a flat quilt. So you could put your cotton on the bottom and put your wool on top. And say if you're doing feathers, then you will have where the feathers are being made, those areas will pop up from the wool. So it just depends. So, and the only reason I'm saying not to use polyester is because polyester isn't weighty. It's very light. Polyester on top will give you that same effect of filling in your feather. But it's not going to be a warm, weighty quilt. If you're looking for those old-fashioned quilts, they were made with 100% cotton originally. So I would say 2 layers of cotton. And if you want to be adventurous, do 1 layer of wool and 1 layer of cotton. I'm sure that'll be good and heavy for you. Jaquel says she make postage stamp quilt. Holly says a cathedral windows quilt is heavy, and that's because all the fabric is folded. So yeah, it would be heavy because of the amount of fabric you're using, and you're just folding it. So it's very fabric heavy. It's not even any batting in it. They're saying, what did our grandparents use to make their school so heavy? Cotton. Some of it, I mean, depending on how far back you're going, they just used to use just regular cotton layered on top. And then they also made a cotton batting that was 100% cotton, but it had to be quilted 1/4 of an inch apart. That's what is in here. And I wish that cotton was still available to this day because I actually like it. I just like rubbing my hands on it for the texture. I quilted it 1/4 of an inch apart like it was recommended. It has been washed a couple of times because you see I'm using it as a curtain. It's fading a little bit too, especially the upper border parts. Really faded, but it's fading, but it's okay. It's been there for years. I don't even, my label would be back over in that corner and I can't get to it, so I can't even tell you when I made it right now. um Sean of Go Savvy Designs is saying good evening to everyone. I don't know why it took me that long to decipher all of that. Diane says, what did I? Oh, I read that one. Jester says, how long have you been quilting sewing? I started quilting in I started sewing in 1986. And then I always wanted to quilt from the get-go, but then once I got the sewing machine, I felt like maybe quilting was too hard. And so I just went to sewing garment clothing for years. And I was very prolific at it too. I was making 2 to 3 outfits a week. I used to roller skate. I would make all of my roller skating outfits. That's when headbands were out. So I had matching headbands as well. And people were in the store trying to buy my stuff without saying that my stuff looked cute. But finally, a couple of the ladies come up to me wanting to know where did I buy my clothing for skating, because I had a different outfit every week. I was not wearing the same outfit to roller skating. Um, and so then I finally told them that I made my clothes, so they were kind of disappointed. But that was back when making your own clothes was actually cheaper. Now fabric cost is so high, especially for dressmaking clothes, that is so much cheaper to just go buy stuff nowadays if it's well made enough. Because I'm one of those people that when I am shopping for office wear or after five wear, I'm one of those people that I do flip my clothes inside out before I decide if I'm going to buy it or not, because I want to see how it's made if you're wanting, money for it. But time and cost of materials now is almost cheaper not to make your own clothing unless you're making something unique. So I don't sew clothing anymore. I started quilting in 1994 from one of the local stores in the Midwest. We had stores called Sofro Fabrics. I'm not sure if it was all over the USA, but they were doing a free Christmas block of the month. Every month you got 2 quilt patterns, and then of course they had all the stuff that you needed to make the quilt patterns with, so you could buy it from them if you needed to. So that's how I started in July of 1994. That was my first quilt that I done. That's when Teaquilts was established, when I decided I wanted to share it with the world, even though I didn't know anybody out in the world. That's when I created my first website named Teaquilts and put my Christmas quilt up there. Had my Christmas quilt hanging on the wall for Christmas. I got those last 2 blocks. I got them quilts done. Those 2 blocks done. I got the quilting done. And I had that quilt on the wall. And when I say quilting, I mean very loosely quilting. Like very loose quilting. Like quote unquote. So, but yeah. I got that quilt done. I was so happy with that quilt. That is one quilt that can never ever be washed because it was my first quilt. I want to fix it so bad now that I have more experience, but then it wouldn't be my first quilt anymore. So I do take that quilt occasionally to places where I've never been so that I can show them where I started and where I am today. So Liz Wilson says, found quilt my grandmother found, I'm thinking, a quilt of my grandmother's with a chenille spread worn in between layers, guessing 1940s. Um, And I can say I had a great aunt. That's who I used to watch when I was like 5 years old. So that was a long, 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 long time ago. And I when we visited Birmingham area, I wanted to quilt, but she never taught me. And then she ended up passing away. You know, I didn't live there, so I was only visiting maybe 6, 7 times a year for a weekend or something. So like 2 nights, we get in late Friday, and then we there all day Saturday, and then Sunday we leaving out about lunch or something. So um and I've always loved her quilts, very colorful. I think that's why I like scrappy quilting, why I like colorful quilting. And then she also would use an old quilt as batting because she didn't have a lot of resources to put into like buying fabric. So she used leftover old clothing. Old quilts became the batting inside of new quilts. So some of them, probably people thought they were god awful ugly. I was just wishing she would give me one, but I never got that quilt from her. But I still remember her after all these years. So she said she remembers so furrow, so that's good. So cause I didn't, I was so young. I was like in my early 20s when I started sewing. So I don't know. I'm what the internet wasn't as big as it is now back then. And so, we had dial up, AOL. It's like when you finally got on, you weren't going to be doing any miscellaneous stuff. You had to do what you were doing. And then only one person in the house could be on the computer at one time. So, yeah. So I basically was just doing what I needed to do and getting off. Oh, okay. So they ended up partnering with high fashion. Okay. I have no idea about that one. So yeah. But yeah. I was trying to wait for Liz. Seemed like she was putting a message in, and then she retracted it. So maybe I answered a question or something, or somebody else answered a question she had. So yeah. But I never saw actual quilting bee in person. Only have read about them. Even with my group, my small group, so busy members, it's like even that group won't even help somebody quilt a quilt. I'm like, because I had a quilt I wanted hand quilted, and I said, would you all be willing to do like a quilt bee, help me quilt this? They was like, nope. We got one girl in there that just detests anything by hand, so she really wasn't gonna be bothered. But I tried, but our group is not a quilting bee, that's for sure. Mm. So she was saying the sofa was in Hamilton, which is in Marion County. Hmm. And Diane talking about who remember repairing quilts. I don't repair quilts. I got one on my bed. I think I just must like the weight, must like the colors, because I can see that I'm wearing through the fibers because where I put my arms, my elbows, I got little wear spots there, but I don't care. I still use it. I am about to retire it, probably use it as a cut up quilt, maybe make a jacket or something out of it. But I love the quilt that's on my bed, and I've made a gazillion quilts since then and have not switched the quilts out. And I got a gazillion in storage that I could put on my bed. It's not like I'm limited or lacking in quilting, but for some reason I must really like the quilt that's currently on my bed. Just weird. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Oh, Liz was saying that she was gonna put Marion, Alabama is where her grandmother is from. Yeah. So yeah. And Leah says I got one of those quilts too. Yeah, it's like every time I say I'm gonna switch it out, do you know I'll even go wash it and think I'm gonna wash it and put it up? And it's like the whole time that quilt is washing, the whole time that quilt is drying, I have not gone and pulled another quilt to put on the bed. It's like in my head, I already know I'm not switching that quilt out. But yeah, I might end up doing something with it because it's not gonna be a. I don't want to like make it so that I can't use any of it. So I think I'm gonna use it and maybe make a jacket out of it or something because it's good and soft after all these washings, and make me a quilted jacket out of it or something like that. So yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and get off of here. I stayed on an extra half hour almost for you guys. I will see you all Saturday, almost 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll be on for 2 hour live sewing chat. And I wonder, what are we going to be sewing on? Hint, hint, hint. All right, guys. I will see you all later. You all stay blessed. Be safe, everyone. Quilt out. And happy birthday if your birthday's in the month of March. Enjoy your birthday month. Bye.